Hello, everybody. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Haven, and I am a life coach with Broken Yet Mended. I'm making this video for someone in particular. Her name is, I think it's pronounced Latoya Okiea. I found her videos last year. I was going through a difficult time in my life, to say the least, and the enemy was wreaking havoc in my home, and I was confused as to what to do. I had been under the attack of the enemy for as long as I can remember, because if you're a threat, you're a target. And but last year was something totally different, and I was trying to get my feet on the ground, and it was like the enemy just kept knocking me down over and over and over again. And I found her videos right at the break of my storm. I wasn't out of the storm, but I could slowly see a shifting in what I was going through. And I found her videos and I began to watch them, and they began to inspire me. But there was a video that she made a couple of days ago called "It's in Your Voice." And when I heard the video, I felt a push and an anointing from God. And I realized what the enemy's desire was, and what his plan all along was for me to get rid of my voice. And sometimes we make these videos and people, they send us messages and they let us know that they feel encouraged. But sometimes you want to hear from the people that you are speaking to that your message is getting out there, and that we hear you. We really do hear you, and that what you're doing is powerful and it's anointing, and it's touching a lot of people. And I'm going to share my testimony with you about my voice. So when I was born, I had a lot of issues. I had a lot of issues with my tonsils. I had a lot of issues with talking. I had a lot of problems with my voice. And I was in speech classes, and I had to take classes to learn how to speak properly because I had a lisp. And then once I became, a little older, I got this stigma around me that I talk like a baby. And although my lisp had disappeared and they were able to help and assist me with the lisp that I had, I still had a very small voice. And I didn't realize that it was an issue until I got older and I began to talk to other people, and they would make comments and statements about how I sounded like I was white, and no black person really sound like you, and there's something wrong with your voice. And I heard it all the time, but I never heard it when I sung. And I began to minister and sing in my church. I'm a pastor's daughter, and I began to sing and minister in my church. And it was fine when I was singing, but when I wasn't singing and you actually heard my voice, people would make fun of the way that I sounded, and also they would make fun of the way that I talked. And I remembered being fired from a job because I also have what's called a nervous laughter. And when I feel a little bit afraid or anxious, I would giggle a little bit, and people found that to be a flaw. And I was accused of flirting with one of my customers on the phone because he said something inappropriate, and I began to laugh. And it wasn't because I found what he was saying funny, it was because I found what he was saying to be uncomfortable. And as God began to use me in my lifetime, I realized that God has always tried to use my voice. I developed thyroid disease over the years, and I thought that I would never sing again because of the extent of the surgery. And then, in 2014, I became a minister, and God decided that He wanted to use my voice to minister to His people. And then later on in life, I find myself being a life coach and talking and dealing with other people that are going through things in their life and trying to find peace within that transitional stage within their periods of their lifetime. And I realized that all along the enemy has tried to mute me, tried to silence me, tried to get rid of something that God has anointed, appointed, and ordained to be used for His glory only. And I would like to thank you so much for your video, because it inspired me to make this video. I have wanted to do YouTube and podcasts and all of these things, but I was afraid. I was afraid because of how I sounded to other people. But you making the video and telling us that it's not about that the enemy desires to silence us because there is a blessing in our mouths. It has made so much sense to me over these last few days. And the message was so powerful to me. And I'm sure that there are going to be thousands of other people with the same testimony. But I just want you to know that you touched me with that video. And I really appreciate you being fluent and being obedient to God. You have a blessed day.